Any other questions for T? All right, thanks. You can head back to the locker room. Congratulations, great job. Okay, questions for Coach Sweeney?
Coach, Parker Wooden with Skyboat. What was your biggest takeaway from tonight's game, and then overall just this entire season?
The biggest takeaway, these guys were ready. They were focused, and they were passionate about winning the game. And just super proud of, that we knew that they were going to have some unusual things, and we knew this quarterback was not going to be an easy out. He's moved the ball on everybody, and we bent a little bit. They had us on our heels a little bit, but again, we settled in. We created 3 turnovers, and we played complementary football. Our offense really took it over. I think we scored every time in the first half that we had it, and so it was just a dominant performance. I mean, again, with plenty of things that we'll see on tape that we can learn from that I think will make us better as we move forward, and I'm thankful for that. But the guys were really focused, really locked in, and excited about the moment.
Front row.
Dabo, Rick Bonnell, Charlotte Observer. Dabo, what's distinctive about T, and what have you seen from the time he got there to now as far as how he's progressed?
Yeah, well, he was more of a basketball player when he got here. I mean, he was a great high school player, jump ball guy, run down the field, throw it to him, make a guy. He was, Boney Maroney. He was about probably 100 and maybe 80 pounds, maybe when he got here, and now he's about close to 215. So he's just worked his tail off and developed physically. He had a lot to learn from a technical standpoint about the position and things like that, but he's just put the work in. Such a joy to coach. And I was just telling the guys in the team in our meeting in there, our best players, T, Travis, the guys like that, Skowski, Trevor, they're the most humble, selfless kids you've ever been. You can't even believe it. They're just so humble. They're humble superstars, if you will. They don't act like they're better than anybody, or they just put the work in. And whether T gets 1 ball or 10, he doesn't care. These guys are selfless, and they're happy for their teammates, and they set an example for everyone. And when your best player has such high character and humility and great respect for how you have to work to prepare week in and week out, and then they set that example, I mean, it just makes my job easy. And but he's just really, really worked his tail off from a fundamental standpoint, a technique standpoint, physical standpoint, his knowledge of the game, and he's just become a very talented route runner. He's got some freaky ball skills. I mean, he can make any type of catch. He's got kind of DeAndre Hopkins type ball skills. He's got Mike Williams length, but he's got some explosiveness to him as well. He's a dynamic player and just a super, super young man. I mean, just an absolute joy to be around every single day. Never one problem ever. His mama, well, of course, if you met his mom's name's Lady, and if you got around Lady, you know what I'm talking about. She don't play, and she has done an amazing job raising him into the young man that he is. And I'm just honored that we were able to kind of take the baton from her and help develop him as a man as well as a player. He's special.
Middle of the room.
Coach Trevor Grove, CUTigers.com. Virginia had the most offensive success against you of anyone this season, even without Joe Reed. Your remarkable 300 yards streak came to an end tonight. But what were they doing so well the first couple drives there to kind of move the ball so well, and what kind of adjustments did you have to make after that?
Yeah, well, they broke contain a few times. First of all, we didn't make some of the plays that were there. They made some plays, but there was a few plays there that we normally make that we didn't make. Missed a few tackles, and then we didn't set the edge a couple times, and he's just gonna hurt you. I mean, he's just that good. And then we had a 3-man rush one time, and they blocked us, and they were able to hold the ball and ran a long double move on the first big play. but they do a nice job with their scheme. They do a really nice job. They took a lot of easy throws, but more importantly, they had a lot of success on first down, and they kept a lot of, you know, what were they, 6 of 9 on third down. That's as good as anybody's done on us in, I don't know, probably 2 years on third down. We don't usually do that, but they just kind of nickel and dimed us, and then he made plays. He made some plays with his legs. He made a couple competitive throws. But you know, we settled in and eventually, you know, had a little run of punts there, which allowed us to really stretch it out because we were playing pretty efficiently on offense. I think we were 10 of 18 on third down. So I think we were 12 of 17 last week and 10 of 18 this week. That's unbelievable. You're gonna win a lot of ball games when you're having that type of success on third down. So man, give them credit. I mean, they just did a nice job. You know, again with their scheme. Had a couple unusual things, and then you know, it'll be good for us, to be honest with you. They put some good stuff on tape. We probably put a few not so good things on tape that will make us better, for sure.
To our left, third row.
Mark Berman, the Roanoke Times. You mentioned your offense there. Were there certain things you saw in the Virginia defense, either during the game or on film and preparation, that you're able to take advantage of to make it an effective night, efficient night for you?
Well, I mean, we felt like we matched up well, you know, up front. And I'll tell you what, man, they got some good players. Those guys are well positioned. They're incredibly well coached. And but we felt like that we could distort them a little bit with our scheme and hit some creases with Travis Etienne and hopefully make them have to play, you know, maybe some more one safety than they may want to, give us some opportunity in the pass game. But we just ran our offense, I mean, and took what was there. We had some soft edges for a while. We had some underneath throws that we took that we were able to get a lot of yards after the catch. And then we went up top, you know. So our play action game was really good. But everything kind of came off of our run game, and you know, Travis he's just hard to tackle, and our guys did a great job. They got us a couple times. They got a really tough scheme, but we worked really hard on our targeting, our communication. I was a little disappointed with our offsides. We had a couple offsides penalties, and they got us downfield one time. Trevor held the ball, but other than that, we really protected well. Missed a couple plays, but the run game allowed us to set up, you know, some really explosive play actions downfield, and that was and then the short game that we were able to take early in the game, I thought kind of led to that.
Front row to our right.
Hey, Coach Reed, Chris Idell from Representative Radio. What's it like coaching your son in one of these games? Is it the experience for him?
Yeah. It's just special. I mean, you know, my boys have grown up. You know, it's just neat to see them live their dream. You know, I know what it's like to live your dream. I'm living mine. I live mine as a player, and I'm living it every day as the coach at Clemson, and to see your kids have a chance to live their dream, but more importantly, just grind. I like to see them work. You know, I love to see how excited their teammates are for them. They're great teammates. They're both great young men, and I think Drew got in there a little bit, but to see Will's worked his butt off for 3 years, and is a good little player, you know, and just has to kind of, you know, fight for a niche here and there, and I'm just really proud of him. It's special because, again, when I came to Clemson, I guess Will was 4. Is that about right? 4, and Drew was 3, and our baby Clay was born here. So, I mean, they've just grown up here. They've been a part of it for 17 years now, and so it's special. I mean, it really is. And Coach V, you know, we got Big Jake out there, and you know, Ben Batson, our strength coach. I mean, it's really neat when you've got your kids a part of it, and but that's what we are. We're family here at Clemson, and I look at all of them as my sons, to be honest with you. But it's really neat to be able to share special moments, and you know, Will had a great play tonight. I didn't even know what the play call was. I was down there talking to I don't even know who I was talking to. I think I was talking to Trevor or somebody. I was down on the other end. Next thing I know, I look up and there goes Will taking off, and Dadgummit. I had the career long. I think my career long was like, I want to say it was like 18 yards, and he smoked me. So that's all I had left. And he kind of gave that guy the business, as Ron Cherry would say, and made a nice run. But it was neat. You know, it was neat. I almost missed it because I wasn't really looking, and I look up, and there he goes, and it was the best part is seeing his teammates. You know how much fun they have to see him. You know, be rewarded for his hard work.
Last question, front row.
Billy Witz with the New York Times. There's 3 undefeated teams that'll be in the playoffs. Somebody's got to be number 1, and the other 2 have to
Who won?
play.
Did Ohio State win?
They came back and won. Just wondering, you know, from where you sit, what are you expecting tomorrow? What do you think is going to be 1, 2, and 3?
Oh shoot, man! I have no idea, and really don't care. I mean, as long as we can be somewhere in the top 4, I think we deserve that. I think we've earned that. I know we haven't played anybody all year, but hopefully we can get a chance to be somewhere in the top 4. Because I think these guys they deserve that. But it's hard. It's hard to be undefeated in any league, and Ohio State and LSU. I mean, unbelievable years, because it is so hard. I have such a great appreciation for that accomplishment. So, you know, LSU's been an unbelievable team. You know, I would imagine they'd be one. I mean, I think they won pretty big, didn't they? I didn't see the end of it, but they were winning pretty big. And then, what was the Ohio State score? I don't know. Was it close?
34-21.
So pretty close game. I don't know. I don't even know who was number 1 last week. To be honest with you, but I would think, you know, one of them probably number 1, and we'll be in there somewhere. I would think we'll be probably 3 again. So doesn't really matter. Just we'll play somewhere and play somebody and be thankful for the opportunity. And let's see who else. I guess Oklahoma. They won, didn't they? So Utah. I guess that's it. I guess there's no drama. There you go. Them old boys can sleep in tomorrow. Just sleep till noon. There it is. There's your show.
All right, thank you.
Okay.